Welcome back. Now, it looks more like it should be a table than on one, more like a piece of furniture than an addition to a bookshelf. The latest craze for bigger, better and more expensive books than ever reached its peak, or will reach its peak in September, when a huge Opus-like tome detailing Manchester United's history is published. As Sue's been finding out, books like this are becoming sought-after collector's items.
It's the ultimate fanzine, a giant coffee table homage to Manchester United, the sort of glossy tome you'd expect on Madonna, not Fergie and the boys.
I think it's more than just a coffee table book, whatever that means. I think it's something that, to many people, it is a cherished piece of art. It's something that they would want to keep, and a lot of people that have given us orders have said that this is something they would like to hand down, almost like a family heirloom, if you will.
With a price tag upwards of £3,000, enough for 5 season tickets, you'd hope your offspring didn't turn out to be Chelsea supporters. As well as archive photos of the Busby Babes and the Munich crash, Reds fans can salivate over Ronaldo's trickery, captured at the training ground by one of the world's leading motion photographers, Patrick Giardino. Lou Macari was one of a host of players, past and present, that turned up to be photographed by the world's biggest Polaroid camera, shipped in especially from Prague. The players queued up to get in on the act.
And they come straight out of the machine within 5 minutes, take a couple of hours to dry. We had about 3 people with 4 hairdryers. But it's something that's unique. Here's an example here of Mr. Rooney. Maybe not seen in that way, and certainly trying to get behind the character. This is a beautiful one. I just think it adds a bit of mystery and almost mischief behind his eyes there.
There's a reason they're not really calling this a book, but more an opus. And that's because it weighs 35 kilos. Not the sort of weight your average coffee table can take, but they've thought of that. They're having tables specially designed just to put the book on.
As well as the United book, there's a tome on the anniversary of the Super Bowl, also due out in September. And they've signed deals to do similar works on the Arsenal and Barcelona football clubs, the Wimbledon tennis championships, the Ferrari Formula 1 team and the Disney empire. If the Muhammad Ali opus is anything to go by, they'll sell like hotcakes. Copies of GOAT, the greatest of all time, have rocketed in value.
They're one of a kind, they're signed and numbered, there aren't going to be any more of that edition, so you know that you're holding something that's unique, that is in a way like a work of art, something to keep, and it is also an investment.
In a world where pop art and everything else is kind of infinitely reproduced, it actually has a sort of investment value in the same way that art does, but it's just in a different form, the form of a book. So you're having a cocktail party and you're like, oh look there's only 1,000 of these, 500 of these. And it's really about status.
You have it open and there in your cocktail party. I'd have thought you'd have it in the safe somewhere, or at least look behind the glass case.
No, I think these items are very much about display. I mean, think about it. How much, people spend £1,000 on a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes. Something like this will actually last quite a long time, as long as nobody spills a drink on it.
An edition of the Ali book almost doubled in value when sold on eBay. So even if you're not a Reds fan and you have enough shoes in your closet, the coffee table book market might be worth a punt.